She is our professional guest speaker. She has been an incredible help with us with this walk and just advocating for eating disorder awareness. It's super important. She does an amazing job. So I'd like to introduce Dianna Chillo.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a lovely weather we're having today. As you can see, I was really hoping for a beautiful sunny day, and as the day grew closer and I saw that the weather wasn't changing, I was really frustrated and disappointed. And because it's such a beautiful event, I was at it last year and the sun was shining brightly. And I knew that the day was going to be dark and rainy, and it dawned on me that it's kind of like a metaphor for eating disorder recovery. Recovery is a wonderful thing, but it's not always bright and sunny. And in fact, many days are dark and stormy, and we have to make room and accept those days in order to recover. But without clouds, we can't really appreciate the sunshine. But without clouds, we can't really appreciate the sun. And like every storm, with time, they pass. And the blue skies we wait on do come after the rain. So hopefully we'll have some sunshine after this rain.
Yeah.
I first want to thank the National Eating Disorder Association for coming back to the Hudson Valley. It was such a success last year, and we are proud to be part of this event once again. Second, I'd like to thank Becky Tasic for organizing this special event. You did such an amazing job, Becky, and we are lucky to have someone like you to blaze this trail for us all. I would also like to thank you personally for asking me to speak today. It's truly an honor. I had the opportunity to speak to Becky's mom earlier today, and I heard what a busy weekend you had. So pulling this all together and in the rain is unbelievable. So thank you. When Becky asked me to be today's speaker, I was elated at the opportunity. Then truth be told, I panicked at the thought of addressing such an important congregation. My anxiety went through the roof as the phrase professional speaker went through my head. Although I've been working as a psychotherapist for close to 19 years now, I still see myself as a young girl fresh out of graduate school. Eating disorders affect 30 million men and women in the United States alone. They are serious, life-threatening illnesses that do not discriminate based on age, gender, size, or ethnicity. Eating disorders are not a choice. They are not based on age, gender, size, or ethnicity. They are not an attempt to be thin or fit, and they are not about vanity. They are complex, misunderstood illnesses that are the result of a culmination of psychological, genetic, biochemical, cultural, and environmental factors. The manifestation of symptoms becomes a means of coping and offers some relief short-term, but the emotional distress only builds, and serious health consequences are likely to emerge long-term, in some cases fatal. I stand before you as a professional, yes, but my passion for treating eating disorders was born out of my own struggle with an eating disorder and my own recovery journey. For this reason, and for the people that I treat, is why I love what I do and why I feel so strongly about raising awareness, helping others get treatment, and my advocacy work. I have the privilege of meeting the most incredible and courageous people through my work, and I am invited into their lives to be part of their journey. It's hard to put into words how much it fills my heart and soul watching people get their lives back. Reflecting with a person where they were and how far they have come throughout the recovery strengthens that sense of hope and reinforces that people do, in fact, recover. It's truly amazing and humbling to be part of that process. Symptoms of an eating disorder become a way in which a person disconnects from the self when dealing with difficult emotions. But they are also a way for a person to communicate and relate to others and the world. Eating disorder recovery is about reclaiming your voice and learning to build a nourishing relationship with yourself and others. Treatment is just as complex as the eating disorder itself. Eating disorders affect a person's mind and body, and you cannot diagnose someone with an eating disorder just by looking at them. When sufferers with eating disorders come to me for the first time, I try to assess the whole picture. It's important for professionals to remember that taking that first step is one of the hardest things that individual will ever do. Everyone is unique, so treatment is specific to each person's needs. All recovery journeys are different, and what is effective for one person may not be for another. This is why organizations like the National Eating Disorder Association and these walks are so important. Raising awareness and educating the public are of the utmost importance in getting sufferers the right care. Despite increasing prevalence, eating disorders remain misunderstood and receive significantly less funding than other mental illnesses. NEDA is a strong force in the eating disorder community, and funds raised are critical in helping them serve as a catalyst for prevention, awareness, and access to quality care. If you or someone you know might be struggling with an eating disorder, they have programs that can help you get what is needed, including screening tools to assess the need for professional help. They provide assistance in finding treatment. They offer support groups, and one of my favorites, legislative advocacy. If you're in a safe place in your recovery and you want to share your story or have a loved one that you are advocating for, becoming a NEDA advocate on Capitol Hill is one of the most amazing experiences, and I do speak from experience. It's a way to truly have your voice heard and not be ignored. NEDA has one vision, one that I can confidently say we can all agree upon: a world without eating disorders. Culture is one of the many factors that contribute to eating disorders and makes recovery extremely challenging. We live in a society that glorifies and encourages a thin ideal. The overemphasis on one's appearance tends to override all other meaningful attributes. Fitness and weight loss programs profit off of our insecurities and reinforce disordered behaviors and unhealthy relationships with ourselves. We are inundated with these messages, and eating disorder or not, it has an impact on how we see ourselves. Helping eating disorder sufferers challenge their own negative thoughts while deflecting these societal messages they see and hear could make recovery arduous and confusing. I encourage all of you here to repel these negative messages and begin to focus on the attributes that define who you really are while setting aside your physical appearances. Eating disorders are not a choice, but recovery is. I've gotten some pushback from that statement, and I want to be clear. Recovery is not easy, and it is not linear. Choosing recovery is sometimes a minute-to-minute choice, a meal-to-meal choice, or a day-to-day choice. It's by no means easy, and I would never oversimplify the recovery process. Learning from your slips and setbacks is part of the journey. Struggling is not the equivalent of stubbornness or selfishness. I know how loud that eating disorder voice can be, but recovery is possible, and on the other end of it is it's so much better to fight than to give in. I speak from personal experience, and I can speak on behalf of the individuals I've worked with who have chosen recovery. I, as well as they, will tell you that they are leading happier, healthier, more nourishing, fulfilling lives since choosing recovery. It's a battle, and dealing with emotions is not always fun, but it helps build strength and resilience in all of us. There's a saying that we only live once, but the reality is we only die once. We actually live every day. Each day is an opportunity to choose for ourselves how we want to live, and that's what recovery can do for you. It's the difference between living and surviving. So today, let's exhibit our strength and honor our bodies for what they can do for us. Let's walk together as a unified force, because together we have a voice. And in the words of NEDA, together we prove the power of community and show the world that eating disorders are no match for us. Thank you. Thank you.